when they suck both balls. To a gay in my life, gotta stay gay, gotta stay gay.
I made this tweet, and I said, I don't know anything about Drake or Kendrick drama. Can't name a single song. I'm also somehow the only one who missed all of this. Now, this guy, Joseph Buckley, he said, just to be clear, you don't know anything about two men who have had songs like 100 million streams, maybe a billion streams, but you're a scholar on a guy who struggles to get 4,000 views. And I said, that's accurate. And that is accurate. That is accurate. I don't listen to any of these guys. I don't, you know? I don't know anything about the rap world. I don't watch what's his name, Trap Lore Ross. I don't watch it. I don't know anything about it. I'm not a rap aficionado. That being said, I'm here to learn. Okay, I'm a student, but it seems people don't want me to learn. People don't want me to learn because everybody in the replies is upset. Okay, well, not all of them, but some of them are upset. But there's a lot of quote tweets of people saying, like, first of all, some of it is just straight up funny. Lots of a lot of people calling me a white devil, saying that I'm Yakubian. Get this Yakubian off my timeline. That is based. But also a lot of people saying that I'm baiting for attention, okay? First of all, it's Twitter. Obviously, I'm posting it for attention. That's the point. If I wanted my mom to know this, I would text my mom. I posted it on a public website. That is where you say public things, okay? Obviously. But for some reason, people can't comprehend the idea that I don't know anything about Kendrick Lamar or Drake, okay? But this wasn't really bait. Obviously, I posted it for attention. This wasn't really bait. This was bait, and it worked pretty good. This guy said Atriot got a bunch of videos about it, which is true, and I do watch Atriot, but I haven't seen any of his videos about this stuff, okay? So I said, I know, but I won't watch them. Part of the problem is I don't think I want to know. I feel powerful right now, and the more I know, the less power I have. I'm valuable, like the last remaining indigenous person, which is true, I am. I am very close to the last remaining indigenous person. I'm like a Squanto, basically. I'm like Pocahontas or something like that, you know? But yeah, I would say I'm pretty close to an indigenous person, you know? I'd say that we're kind of in the same ballpark, and I think that's a fair thing. I mean, you know, I'm like an undiscovered individual. You know, I'm like from an undiscovered civilization that doesn't know anything about the Kendrick and Drake beef, okay? And I think probably a lot of you guys are in the same boat as me, if I had to guess. Unless I'm literally the only one, but I would guess that you guys, because you're kind of reflective of me, don't know a lot about it. I know a lot of people listen to rap music. That's fine. A lot of people were like, this is the kind of white boy that doesn't think rap music is art. I think rap music is real art, okay? Technically, you can't name a Drake song. I didn't think I could. People in the replies named some songs, and I was like, okay, I recognize those names. Like Hotline Bling, that one. That's the only one I can remember off the top of my head. But, yeah, I wasn't listening. I don't listen to that kind of music, okay? Like, I was listening to Weezer, and I had blinders on. And was just like ignoring it. And then a lot of people were saying like, I just know you're to defend Drake. Because I think a lot of people are calling Drake a right now. I don't exactly know why. I do remember there was some weird shit with him years ago and Millie Bobby Brown. I remember that. He was like texting her or something. That's all I really remember. But basically, I'm just out of the loop. Okay, I'm out of the loop. Tom's a normie. I kind of am a normie. That's true. When it comes to rap stuff, I'm totally a normie. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, worse than a normie. I'm like, I don't even know. I'm like a 50-year-old man when it comes to rap. I can name a few. I don't even listen to it that much anymore. When I was like 14, I liked Eminem because my dad played it in the car. There's like that one song by Dre, I think, that's California Love. I like that song. There's like one, is it Ice Cube? He did It Was a Good Day, that song. And then I listened to like a few Jake Hill songs, which is like once again, like I'm a total rap normie. I don't listen to it. But I thought this tweet was pretty funny, and a lot of people didn't like it. This person, they posted the Fortnite clip. This person, these memes are good. I feel powerful right now, and that's real. A lot of people seem to think that I was being very serious with that. This person said, you represent the antithesis of my worldview, and the way you go about everything inspires me in a way no other could. God, I really, really don't like you. Bro thinks he's the main character. I'm like, I'm valuable like the last remaining indigenous person. Trying hard to be different. This is how I feel not knowing any music by the Strokes. The last known person on Twitter who hasn't seen Drake's meat. I have seen his dick, actually. I have actually seen his dick. Would people call Drake a predator if you were to get in a relationship with Millie Bobby Brown, even now when she's 20? Well, I think the problem is that he was like texting her when she was like 15. I think was the problem, or even younger than that. Sort of said whiteoid spotted. Lots of anti-white memes in the replies. Lots of anti-white racism, okay? But anyway, I think a lot of it honestly was people just didn't like me, and then they saw me tweeting this and they were like, well, we don't want your input anyway, basically. These were good though. Some of the memes were genuinely pretty funny. Anyway, I made this tweet. I'm hoping that this one will make people mad too, but we'll see what happens. And this one guy, I don't know if I can even find it, but let's see here. Yeah, this guy said, would you please shut the fuck up? And I said, I appreciate you asking, but probably not. And he then said, oh, I can't even see it. He blocked me. He said, like, go choke on something. He was like, go choke on your own spit and or something. So listen, guys, this is a heated discussion. Okay. People care about this beef. Rock music is shit. That's not true. Can't name a Drake track, but have seen his dick. You a gay white boy. That's true. Based. But I'm going to try to become educated and cultured today. Okay. I'm going to learn about what's going on here. I'm going to watch a video about Drake, about this whole situation by Ludwig, our favorite content creator in the world. Finally decided to weigh in on the Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef. Chud Logic. Okay.
I say dead people. Mother all that meat, folks. Aye. Must the 100 beat, hope, depot, kitty rat, nickel, yeah, free dope, mayin' down, color, elder labs, tell him bleed, bro, nail a nigga to the cross, he walk around like T, so what's up with these jabody ass niggas trying to see Compton? They hit the street and hate me, fuck them all in me, mama. Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching.
Okay, anyway, whatever the case. I want to watch a Ludwig video to understand this beef, guys, okay? I'm gonna need your help. Because I need to be cultured, okay? I need to become less white. I'm too white, apparently. So I'm going to become less white today by understanding the plight of Kendrick Lamar and Drake, okay? I'm going to understand it. We're going to go deep on this. We're going to go deep on the lore, okay? Embrace the melanin. I will be embracing the melanin, undoubtedly. Because I just want to know. And I deserve to know, okay? I deserve to know. I deserve to be cultured. Okay. I did like this tweet. I think Jet deleted it, but I want to see more. There was this one guy who was like, he was like defending Drake, and he basically posted, he was like, how you going to call Drake? And it was a picture of like the age and consent in the state he lives in. It was 16. That was hilarious. Yeah, but we're going to try to understand today. The Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef is insane. The beef is insane, guys. It's insane.
If you're here because you want me to break down the Drake and Kendrick beef, that is what I'm going to do. But first, we should address the elephant in the room. I'm not the guy for this job. I'm just not. You can look me up and down, look at my haircut, and know that I've probably listened to more video game music than regular music. And you...
Is he just saying he's white? Is he just shitting on himself for being white? What's the meme here? He's like, I'm white, so I can't talk about this. Deactivate the green screen? No. Happy Man for 5. They really be like, he visualized his personal experience as a kid with ADHD medication for it. Disgusting. Drugs. Ayo, turn that shit up. Yeah, I think Dream needs to step into this beef. Is he just like shitting on himself for being white? He's like, I'm white. I'm so corny.
Right. And there's a high chance if you're watching me.
I'm white and I'm so corny.
If you're here because you want me to break down the Drake and Kendrick beef, that is what I'm going to do. But first, we should address the elephant in the room. I'm not the guy for this job. I'm just not. You can look me up and down, look at my haircut, and know that I've probably listened to more video game music than regular music. And you'd be right. And there's a high chance if you're watching me break this down instead of someone who's more in depth with the culture and actually understands what's going on.
More in depth with the culture? What the f is going on? Why do you have to like qualify yourself when you make a video like this? Like just say what you think about it. Like, oh, I'm so white. I'm so white, guys. I'm the whitest guy in the world. I'm so corny. I'm so corny, guys. I'm a white guy. Aren't I corny? Aren't I cringe? I have no swag. Like, why?
To a higher degree, you're also someone who listens to a lot of video game music. Maybe anime.
Thank you, ball
OSTs.
fart, for the don't know.
You're also likely white. I'm just saying, factually, you are likely white. But
I just don't understand. Like, I don't know. I just find it super cringe. Like, imagine if like my black ass, like what the who does that? It's the same shit. Like self-deprecating yourself just because you're white or whatever. Tom's white listen to anime music. I do not listen to anime music. That's not true.
Still, this is all I've been consuming over the past.
Actually, I guess I listened to the Death Note soundtrack. That's a good one.
Week, and likely you are the same, or you are sick of hearing it and not understanding what the fuck's going on. So I'm going to break it down for you. As an English literature major, I can do that. I can read lyrics and distill them. The same with Big Gatsby. The same with Push-Ups by Drake. Anyway, let's get to it. This rap beef between Drake and Kendrick started 5 months ago, to my estimation, when Drake came out with the song First Person Shooter featuring J. Cole, which is a fire song. In fact, almost all these songs, except for one, are amazing. And I can't really...
Is it a fire song? Hold on. We're going to find out if it's a fire song, guys, okay? I'm going to give my musical review. First Person Shooter by Drake featuring J. Cole. Here we go. I don't know. That's not my thing.
Really play the videos because it will get the video copyright strike, maybe banned. So I'm just going to read the lyrics. It started because J. Cole had a line that said, "Love when they argue about the hardest MC. Is it K-Dot, Kendrick? Is it Aubrey, Drake? Or is it me? We're the big three." It's what they call them. The big three. We started a league. But right now, I feel like Muhammad Ali. I feel like I'm the champ. I'm maybe the best. I don't know. Maybe I'm the champ. Who knows? And that was it. You know, just that one line started this all. Because then
so Drake says I'm the GOAT. He jerks himself off because he's a multi-millionaire. He's like, I have major swag compared to everyone else or something.
4 months later, on a future Metro Boomin song, Kendrick Lamar was featured, like that, also a fire song, and said,
also
the big three, it is just me. Actually, I'm the best. Screw you guys.
I think you missed a word in there. You missed a word in there, Ludwig.
That was basically it.
English major can't even read?
And then got into a little bit more of an analogy between him.
A little bit more of an analogy, just like 12 N-words.
Drake as Prince and Michael Jackson, but we're gonna ignore that for now. And then J. Cole, the guy who started it all 5 months ago when he brought up the big three, dropped a whole album called Might Delete Later, and in it had a song called 7 Minute Drill, which was at its core a diss on Kendrick Lamar. The whole song was that. And like this is maybe one of the more iconic lines, but he goes through his album.
Your first shit was classic. Your last shit was tragic. Your second shit put ninjas to sleep, but they gassed it. Your third shit was massive, and that was your prime.
Albums. Your first shit was a classic. Your last
500 Years this will replace Shakespeare, maybe.
Tragic, and yeah, goes through all the albums.
Okay, so what even is the substance of the beef? They just don't like each other because what? Is there an explanation here?
And then within 48 hours of releasing this song, this diss track, live at one of his concerts, apologizes to Kendrick Lamar. Now, bear in mind, Kendrick hasn't said anything. He didn't come out with a song. He didn't come out with a statement being like, "Man, can't believe you made a whole diss song." None of that happened. He just went on stage.
That God align me back up on my purpose and on my path.
Literally was praying to God that he would not do a diss on Kendrick again because it's not what his soul should do.
You know what I mean? I pray that my nigga really didn't feel no way. And if he did, my nigga, I got my chin out. Take your best shot. I'm going to take that shit on the chin, boy. Dude.
I hope Kendrick didn't take it personally. If you want to come back with a diss track, that's fine. But I'm just going to take it and I will not reply anymore. And everybody made fun of him.
They're like, because he made a diss track. Okay, he made a diss track to own him. Okay, to destroy him, to destroy his life. Okay. And then he's like, "I apologize. You can respond if you want, but I'm sorry, guys."
Cool song where he talks about coming prematurely the first time he had sex, something that I really vibe with, you know, maybe in general. Everyone thought he was a loser. They
prematurely the first time he has, bruh.
Made fun of him relentlessly for days. And then eventually Drake got involved. Because again, Kendrick did say, you know, the big three, it's just, you know, big me. So J. Cole made his reply, backed out. After that, Drake comes out with his reply called Push-Ups. And if you cannot tell, this is a sticker that oftentimes is on a shoe, related to shoe size, because Kendrick Lamar is short, and he's a...
Well, I still don't understand what... This is like such a... It's just like he made a... So he made a song, and then he made a song, and then he was a... And then he made a song. Like, is there a better explanation of this? Is Charlie going to help us out here? Okay, I can't watch this. Sony finally gave up. Drake versus Kendrick Lamar is crazy. Okay, 6 minutes and 44 seconds. A succinct, amazing video. This is going to save us, okay? Critical swag is going to save us, okay? Now, is he going to make a comment about how he's white and he sucks for being white? We'll see.
My opinion on the Drake vs. Kendrick Lamar diss tracks is probably the most worthless opinion you can find. It's like asking your old retired cement mason grandfather his opinion on new anime. But boy howdy, I'm gonna give my opinion on this anyway because for the first time in a long time, I actually really care about
Thank you,
this
Nimrod,
rap
for the dono.
beef. There was this drought of diss tracks where I think a lot of them that were coming out were just unbearably cringe. It was like Redditors writing poetry.
Wait, there is one diss track that I know. There is one diss track that I know that's really funny. I think Bedhead Bernie showed me this in like 2019 or something. I don't even remember. 2020. This was like, I think this is the song that made Machine Gun Kelly leave rap and like do pop punk instead. The song Kill Shot. You guys know that song? Yeah, this song. The line about the man bun. Yeah, that bar is great. That bar is great. I didn't give a shit about this beef, and I don't hate Machine Gun Kelly as much as other people do, but this song was epic. It was so epic. I think it made him switch genres basically. It was pretty good. I like this one.
Back and forth. I even had this perspective where like it's reached this point where it's so artificial and fake that it's just doing it for views and it's really just see-through blatant that I just hated diss tracks when they were coming out. Oh, like you really dislike this guy so much you're gonna write this like pop track about him? So hard. But now with Drake versus Kendrick, holy cow, this shit is poppin'. It is.
This shit is popping. Bruh. This shit is popping. This shit is popping. Yo. I take back the anti-white comments, okay? We're back. We're back to anti-white racism, I think, now. I think we're back to that. Jesus Christ. This shit is popping.
So personal, so ferocious. And actually the music is really good. I can't help but actually care. For those that don't know, Drake and Kendrick have been having a very public squabble. They hate each other. So they had some diss tracks that they dropped on one another, and it started off pretty light. Like it really felt like they were, you know, kind of just playing in the pig pen a little bit, like getting a little dirty, but nothing crazy. Like they were still having like the soccer boppers on, like they weren't hitting hard. And I really think Drake was still getting rinsed then because in one of Drake's diss tracks, this goober used an AI Tupac to help assist him in his diss against K-Dot.
Oh, I did know this for some reason. I think I thought this was funny or something. I think when I saw this, I was like, that's cool.
And I think if you're using AI in your diss track, you automatically take the L.
I think AI is funny.
Like, K-Dot could have responded with 5 minutes of farts, and he still would have taken the W for that round in my eyes. It is so embarrassing to use an AI voice in your diss track. I don't know how that one got greenlit and pushed through. That was some clown behavior. But since then, it's gotten much more aggressive. So yesterday, Drake released Family Matters, and I was pretty impressed. I went into this expecting it to be more Weenie Hut Jr. type shit, just really low-hanging fruit, soft stuff. You're short, you have negative canthal tilt on your eyes, try looks maxing.
Is he? How tall is Kendrick Lamar? Really? He's 5'5"? Bro. Wow. 5'5". That's crazy. That's nuts. He's shorter than Charlie. And Charlie is short. God damn. Okay. Negative canthal tilt? Does he have negative canthal tilt? I'd say, kind of. Damn. How tall is Drake? 6 foot? Well, I say I'm 6 foot, and that's not true, so. I don't know. I don't know about that one.
I don't respect you because your Fortnite KD's too low. Just like really dumb shit. But Family Matters, like that was pretty brutal. There was like some serious allegations there about domestic abuse. Like one of the lines is, you hired a crisis team to help clean up the fact that you beat your queen. It's some pretty serious shit. Like there's some bars in there that go Insano style. Now, I think I've made this very clear over the years. I'm not really a Drake fan. I think he is a weirdo. Ever since all that Millie Bobby Brown stuff when she was still a child, I have found him to be just a creep, like just a...
Can I find something about Drake, Millie, Bobby? Because I remember this being a thing, but I don't remember much about it. Let's see here, news. I want to see the old shit, because these are all recent, right? Can I find like an old article? Here we go. Why fans are concerned about Millie Bobby Brown and Drake's friendship. Millie Bobby Brown and Drake are among the weirdest celebrity duos maybe ever. As Cheat Sheet notes, there's a massive 18-year gap between them, which has given fans of Brown a particular major cause for concern. The Stranger Things star and Canadian rapper first crossed paths in Australia in 2017 and have been close ever since. Huh. Of the 2018 Emmys, Brown gushed, "I love him. He's honestly a great friend and a great role model. You know, we just text each other the other day. And he was like, I miss you so much. And I was like, I miss you more." Oh, that is weird. Why is he such good friends with, I mean, how old was she at the time? 2022? That is weird. 14? Bro. Yeah, like imagine, I don't know. Imagine if someone you knew of your friend who was like, I mean, Drake is like, what, he's like 30, right? Imagine if one of your friends who's like 20 was like, oh yeah, I'm friends with a 14-year-old. We text all the time. You'd be like, huh? Huh? What? I mean, we don't know that he groomed her, obviously, but that is pretty weird. Interesting. Although there's no reason to believe anything romantic is going on between them, as Jezebel argues the relationship is inappropriate at best. After all, it wasn't too long ago God's Plan hitmaker was linked to then 18-year-old model Bella Harris, as Page Six reported at the time. She later denied it as per Billboard. Well, she was 18. I mean, Twitter users aren't impressed with their friendship either way, with one quipping, "What the kind of boyfriend advice is Drake going to give Millie Bobby Brown? Make sure you call him on his cell phone or he'll get possessive and weird, as this is right as a man." In reference to Hotline Bling, one of the rapper's biggest, simultaneously most contested songs. I think, okay, wait, I remember like the Trump Hotline Bling. You guys remember this? It's like in the like red room or whatever. The colored room. Yeah, this.
Your tax guy's getting in on this, yeah.
You used to call me on the cell phone.
Some people dance like this.
Call me on the cell phone.
Yeah, turn the up.
Oh yeah.
That's fire. That is actually fire. Say what you want about Trump. He had the foresight to treat meme culture with respect. Emblem 4 years ago. This is 8 years ago. This is uploaded. That was fire.
A downright weird guy. And I think it was 20 minutes after Drake dropped Family Matters, Kendrick responded with his own diss track response already. So he had this shit locked and loaded and ready to just fucking rip raw. So Kendrick, only like 20 minutes after Drake drops Family Matters, Kendrick drops Meet the Grams. And I don't know how Drake is ever going to sleep again in his life. He'll never have another peaceful slumber.
Okay, so Family Matters. What? Family Matters. Let's see this song here. What the f? That's crazy. Drake, Family Matters. Okay. I'm honestly already bored. 40 minutes before we get to the actual disses or whatever. I like the beat, but I don't know. I don't really. It just seems like shit. Is it gay to kiss the homies goodnight? Yes, but is there anything wrong with being gay? So yeah, I don't know. This song's already boring. Well, we're gonna listen to Meet the Grams is the next one. All right. I'm sorry, I just don't like the music. I gotta look up the lyrics. Meet the Grams lyrics. Okay, here we go. Dear Adonis, I'm sorry that the man is your father. Let me be honest. It takes a man to be a man. Your dad is not responsive. I look at him and wish your grandpa would have wore a condom. Sorry that you got to grow up and then stand behind him. Life is hard. I know the challenge is always going to beat us home. Sometimes our parents make mistakes that will affect us till we grown. You're a good kid that need good leadership. Let me be your mentor since your daddy don't teach you shit. Never let a man piss on your leg, son. Either you're right there or pop that man in the head, son. Never fall in the escort business. That's bad religion. Please remember, you could be a bitch even if you got bitches. Never code switch, whether right or wrong. You a black man. Is this like a call out to Drake because he acts white or acts black even though he's white? I don't really get it. Even if it don't benefit your goals, do some push-ups, get some discipline. Don't cut them corners like your daddy did. What Ozempic did. Did Drake take Ozempic? Was he ever really fat? Why does he need Ozempic? This man got Drake's Ozempic prescription on his cover art. Okay, so that's what that is. How did he even get a picture of that? Why does he need Ozempic though? Was he ever fat? Drake fat. Okay. Drake fat. Are there any fat pictures of Drake? Did that happen? I feel like he's always been relatively thin. Drake on the white girl pills. Is Ozempic a white girl pill? I feel like it's more like a fat white dude pill, but or just a fat person pill in general. He's referring to his ab job. Drake has an ab job? Drake abs. Drake shows off his abs and fires at plastic surgeons' surgery accusations. I feel like they don't look, unless it's like, do they look good enough to be plastic surgery? Why even get an ab job? You can just work out. They look pretty real. I guess I could be wrong, but they look real to me. Because they don't look like so insane that it's like surgery. Can you even get an ab job? Can you get an ab job? Kendrick alleges Drake does his abs and takes Ozempic because he's lazy. How do you do your abs? Can you actually get an ab job?
Number because this track will just be playing in his head.
Dear Sandra, you got some habits. I hope you don't undermine them, especially with all the girls that's hurt inside this climate. You a woman, so you know how it feels to be in alignment with emotion, hoping a man can see you and not be blinded. Dear Dennis, you gave birth to a master manipulator. This is Dad. Even using you to prove who he is a huge favor. I think you should ask for more paper. More paper. And more paper. I blaming you for all his gambling addictions, psychopathic intuition, the man that liked to play victim. You raised a horrible person, the nerve of you, Dennis. Sandra, sit down. What I'm about to say is heavy, now listen. Your son's a sick man with sick thoughts. I think ninjas like him and Weinstein should get f***ed up in himself for the rest of their life. He hates black women, hypersexualizes them with kinks and a nympho fetish. Grew facial hair because he understood being a beard just fit him better. He got sex offenders on Hovo that he keeps on a monthly allowance. A child should never be compromised, and he's keeping his child around them. We've got to raise our daughters knowing there's predators like him lurking. A rap battle, he should so all these women can live with a purpose. So he's literally saying that Drake should. Jesus. They be streamlining victims all inside of their home and calling them tender, then leak videos of themselves to further push their agendas. To any woman that's playing his music, know that you're playing your sister, or better, you're selling your niece to the weirdos, not the good ones. Cat Williams said, get you the truth, so I'ma get mines. The embassy about to get raided too. It's only a matter of time. Hey, LeBron, keep the family away. Hey, Curry, keep the family away. To anyone that embodies the love for their kids, keep the family away. They're looking at you. If you stand by him, keep the family away. I'm looking to shoot through any pervert that lives, keep the family safe. So he is just calling him a basically, right? Jesus. I think Drake is a... Is Drake a... Is there like compelling stuff behind that? I mean, the Millie Bobby Brown thing is definitely weird.
Haunting him. Meet the Grams was another level of this track, really. Like, I thought Drake's was...
It's the same thing like a boob job at Silicon. You can get it in your calf, too. That seems insane, though. I just feel like it's not that hard to just work out and get abs. In fairness, I've been working out for a while, and I don't have abs, but I also haven't really been training them. But I know you can do it. I know it's doable. I've seen people get abs before. It doesn't take, like, years. You can do it in less than 6 months, I would say.
Was really...
He was in 16-year-old Billie Eilish's DMs too. Interesting. You skipped the whole part where he called out his secret daughter. I want to tell you, you're loved, you're brave, you're kind, you got a gift to change the world, and you can change your father's mind because our children is the future, but he lives inside confusion. Mother's always been an illusion, but that's the life he used to. His father probably didn't claim him neither. History does repeat itself. Sometimes it doesn't need a reason. But I would like to say it's not your fault and that he's hiding another child. Give him grace. This is the reason I made Mr. Morale, so our babies like you can cope together. give you some confidence to go through something. It's hope later. I never want to hear you chase a man because he failed his behavior, sitting in the club with sugar daddies for validation. You didn't know that love is eternity and trumps all pain. I'll tell you who your father is. Just play this song when it rains. Yeah, he's a hitmaker, songwriter, superstar, right? And a deadbeat that should never say more life. Meet the Grams. Secret daughter. You lied about your son. You lied about your daughter. You lied about the other kids that's out there hoping you come. You lied about the only artist that can offer you some help. A rap battle is a lifelong battle with yourself. Is there a good reason to keep the kids private? I mean, I feel like if I had a kid, I probably wouldn't want to tell the world just because. You know, there's a lot of weirdos online. It's kind of the Bill Burr approach. We're talking about your kids can be bad, you know. If you're a super big public figure, there's weirdos who might try to violate their privacy. If you want to have them grow up with a relatively normal life, it may not be good to talk about them, right? I feel like it's not bad to hide that you have kids.
Well done. Kendrick's absolutely slapped it, took it over his knee and spanked its bottoms red. It was wow. So the allegations in this one are super serious as well. He hates Drake, clearly. So he's talking about like a secret kid of Drake's that he's been hiding.
Tom has a secret daughter with his baby mama, Creepshow art. True. Well, in fairness, if the mom's Creepshow art, why would you want to not abandon the child, right?
About him being a deadbeat father, talks about him being like a predator, compares him to Harvey Weinstein, talks about all the things that he's lied about.
We just saw that.
It is 6 minutes of just pure hatred. Like, he hates Drake more than Garfield hates Mondays. He was not pulling any punches here. Now, of course, in both diss tracks here,
I can see him keeping them private, but did he support them at all? I'll ever visit, drop some fatherly knowledge, throw a ball, catch one. I guess we don't know. We really don't know. But I guess basically what Kendrick is saying is no.
None of the allegations are proven, confirmed, factual, or anything yet. And I think that's something important to remember here. But since this has become so huge, everyone's taking sides about who's winning, who's losing, this and that. And like I said in the beginning, my opinion on this is probably the most worthless one, but I can't help but...
Let's see here. Somebody tweeted at me, helping me with some knowledge, okay? They're helping me out. They said, my only info about Drake is these two posts, no idea about the other guy. Drake's the type of dude to be laughing with friends and softly say, I needed this. Drake's the type of guy to float in the air when he smells a pie. Okay, so it's like the Tom Dark the type of guy meme. Is that where this comes from? Have I just been cursed with these Drake memes?
Also have my opinion on who I think is winning. When I first heard Drake's Family Matters, I was like, damn, that was strong. I don't know how Kendrick is going to respond to that. That's going to take a lot of time and a lot of work. And then 20 minutes later, he drops his response, and I heard about it, like, well, I think it was either during stream or right after stream. I had heard about it, and I was like, damn, that was really fast. Uh-oh, that's probably a bad sign. That means K-Dot rushed it, and he probably really fumbled this one. But he didn't fumble at all. He had it ready, and I really think that Kendrick's was even stronger than Drake's here. Like, even setting aside the bias I have against Drake of thinking he is a weird guy, I just think Kendrick's tracks have been better and significantly more personal. Like, some of the lines Kendrick said in Meet the Grams, I actually paused and just gasped.
Okay, so this is basically why the audience consensus is that Kendrick won, right? Because he made better songs, and Drake is like corny. Drake is like a corny loser. He's super mainstream rapper. Kendrick like makes quote unquote real music. He's not underground, but he makes more real hip hop, I guess. Is that it? Is that a fair analysis? Is that what people think? Total light skin death.
I was like, oh, wow, that was really mean. Like, I was like, holy shit, that is rude. That's a big allegation. So I've really never done that for any diss track ever. But Kendrick was coming out here with some chutzpah. This guy hates Drake more than anyone else, it seems. And I don't know, I just really think his track was probably the stronger one. Even though Drake's was really solid, I think Kendrick still came out here and did a better diss. Again, I know no one gives a...
Drake is hot Cheeto. What are all the music channels saying about this? Let me think. What is Brad Taste saying? I feel like he's a guy who would have takes about this stuff. Let's see here. Oh yeah, he's been tweeting about it a lot. A lot. Kendrick Lamar, Euphoria. I've listened about 10 times. Gave it an 100. Lol, he made him look like a clown. There's no way people actually think Drake beat Kendrick. Like, am I seeing this right? The meat writing is insane. He objectively got his ass kicked. There's a second diss song. Second diss song has hit the Drake Towers. Thanks, Piece of Detective, for becoming a member. You're right about the big three. It's only Big D, and there's video proof. I think Kendrick made this line age absolutely horrendously. I've been in the industry 12 years. I'm telling y'all one little secret. It's some weird shit going on, and some of these artists be here to police it. They're streamlining victims inside of their home and calling it Tinder, and link videos of themselves to further push their agendas. Drake family members 92. We shouldn't kid ourselves here. Clearly the site wants Kendrick to win and Drake to lose. I get that. I agree with that. But think about this as a spectator. The song is fantastic. One of the best things Drake has ever released. It genuinely pushes the line to nearly the middle for me. There will be a round two, and I could not be happier as a fan of hip-hop. He actually brought it. Yeah, some lines are a bit insane, but it feels so distinctly Drake that I think a lot of people will hate just because one line is a lie or just rude. This track is killer. Here he is, soy facing. Another soy face. Soy facing at, as a king can't understand me right now, just play this when you're 18, in reference to the daughter. Your fault, he's hiding another child, when he reveals that. Also soy faced. On this day, everyone came to agreement that we just witnessed history. Give it a 98 on Meet the Grams. It's crazy that 2 weeks ago, before Kendrick dropped any disses in return, there was a meme floating around that said the only way Kendrick can beat Drake is if he reveals he has another child. And that's what he did. And another timeline, Meet the Grams is Meet the Coles, and Kendrick exposed that J. Cole's bike is electric. He doesn't recycle. He doesn't know how to fold clothes and played tennis instead of basketball. Drake is relieved. Even Kendrick's biggest hater gave it a 10. Kendrick Lamar caught view-botting. Well, this is DJ Academics. Caught view-botting is Meet the Grams diss track. The reason why Meet the Grams isn't trending because his views are not genuine and YouTube can't authenticate the views to place Kendrick on the trending tab. Your rage says, nasty agenda you're pushing. Enjoy the music. Here we have Drake family members matters 2 hours ago with the likes versus Kendrick's likes. If the views were genuine, YouTube would have to certify and put it on trending standard YouTube policy. Bro is gagging on it. So Academics, I guess he really likes Drake. He's a big Drake fan. Let's see here. Fans find lyrics of Kendrick rapping about sleeping with a 17-year-old.
You fool don't know about you, but my dick be 17 years on it. Anything after that is just a bonus. And I've been in the lab with my opponents. And since Sway to sway that list, he got a flat screen the next morning. Tell him I need my credit when it's due. Tell him I...
It's a beautiful thing. It ain't crazy. If a rapper monogamous, you know what the problem is. But my dick needs 17 years on it. Everything after that is just a bonus. And I've been in the lab with my opponents since Sway done swayed that list. He got a flat screen the next morning. Okay. So people are saying that these lyrics show that that Kendrick is a hypocrite. Drake kissed a 16 and 17-year-old, thread about it on Twitter. He did some weird stuff. I'd say the name of Eho made it super chat, but won't let me. He said he was 70 talking about marriage. Let's see. I hate a ho-hopping woman, stank popping woman, but fucking fool, don't know about you. My dick needs 17 years on it. Anything after that's just a bonus. So they're saying this is about marriage instead of her age. 17 years of marriage. Your rage reacts to Drake's The Heart Part 6. So why does Ack like Drake so much? Is he just playing defense? Tia Owens, the girl from the viral Drake video, spoken up. So this is the video where I guess he kisses her. I was 17 then, I'm 31 now. Drake's entourage picked me from the crowd, not Drake himself. This is purples for a stage act. It was nothing then and it's nothing now. Now that I've cleared up these false narratives, I'm going to go back to study for law school exams. Wish me luck. This is purely for a stage act. I was 17 years old. I'm 31 now. It was nothing then. It's nothing now. So she's saying she doesn't care, basically. Footage resurfaces of Drake being on stage with a 17-year-old in 2010. Drake apparently beefing with the former CEO of Twitter because Drake had her in OVO. Oh, this is Jack Dorsey. How old is Drake? He is 37. So in 2010, he would have been 23. Okay. You probably shouldn't have kissed her. Jeez. Jeez. Big G's.
About my perspective on this rap beef here, but I've been so invested that I just had to talk about it a little bit.
Here we have a tweet saying DJ Academics is Drake's #1 fan and admitted he likes 17-year-old girls. Okay.
And to keep it real, if you think about it in the bigger scheme of things, there's not much difference between a 20 or a 17 or a 21 and a 17. Just kind of mean one's a minor and one's not a minor. But I will say, listen, I adopted this rule, which I think it was fine. I said, listen, man, as long as a chick got a college ID, she's getting f***ed. I don't care if she's 17. I don't care if she's 17 and a half. I don't care if she just turned 17. She's going to get this dick.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, bro. Why? Why even say that? Next to the dono. Why even say that? Kendrick said it. All these predators have to go, and they soon will. Context, Act said if and when he was in college, there's no difference between 17 and 21-year-olds. Everyone's so young, so if he meets a girl while he was in college, it wouldn't have made a difference to him. It's called statutory. My guy, get help. Jeez. Jesus.
There's no right or wrong answer on who you think is winning and losing, except for the AI Tupac stuff. That is just a huge L. Like, no matter how you spin it, even if you're like the biggest Drake enthusiast, like, you have to just admit that was a bad move. But since then, it's just one of those things where both these guys really hate each other and are putting their all, like 110%, into delivering the highest quality, most personal, most aggressive.
What is Fantano saying about this? The needle drop. I was going to kill a couple rappers, but they did it to themselves. Why even bring up Millie? Who brought up Millie? Drake dropped The Heart, page 6. So this is the latest one? The Heart, part 6 lyrics. Drake brought it up? Millie. You thought you left D flat, D major. I'll slit your throat with a razor and do Rick Ross air like that one flight from Malaysia. I'm your baby mama's screensaver. Only fucking with Whitney's, not Millie Bobby Brown's. I'd never look twice at no teenager. Maybe Drake could only look once. Why did he bring her up? Because in the Kendrick track, did he say Millie Bobby Brown? Millie. He didn't. He just compared him to Weinstein, right? Him and Weinstein should get fucked up in a cell for the rest of their life. He hates black women. Yet he didn't even. So why even bring up Millie Bobby Brown when that's like, isn't that like the #1 reason people think he's because he was texting her? I wonder how Millie Bobby Brown feels seeing this right now. Freudian slip? It seems that way. It certainly seems that way. He said he wouldn't look at a teenager twice. He didn't say anything about kissing, okay? We have a video of Drake kissing a 17-year-old girl on stage. It's over. Fantano, top 3 issues with Drake's response. 1, if you fed Kendrick information, proof, phone calls, DMs, anything, we know you can screenshot messages and post them. 2, that's not what Mother I Sober is about. Dude's trying to analyze Kendrick's bars. What is Mother I Sober about? Media literacy has left the chat. 3, there's no B sharp. Check your chromatic scale before doing music theory bars. I'm too famous to have actually done this. Did he say that? If I was young girls, I promise I'd have been arrested. I'm way too famous for the shit you just suggested. Well, that didn't stop a lot of other famous people. It didn't stop Jeffrey Epstein. Although I guess he wasn't famous before he did that. He was famous for it more. But it hasn't stopped a lot of other famous people, so I don't know if that really means anything. If Dave really f***ed a girl and got her pregnant, talk about breeding resentment. Kendrick said he got touched. It was Kendrick's mother who was, and Kendrick made a song about that struggle. So Kendrick got molested or something? Did Kendrick get molested? What's the deal? Rapping. This is literally Keem versus Leafy just throwing shit at the wall. Well, in fairness, in that situation, Leafy was in the wrong because he basically lied about Keemstar and was very disingenuous. Okay, so audience consensus is clearly that Kendrick won. I did see a Nick Diorio tweet that I thought was funny, which I didn't even know this lore. But I did see this tweet and I thought it was cool. While Drake's getting shit on, I'm never going to forget him getting washed by Anthony Fantano. All it took was a YouTube review to bring up Fantano's wife. Drake also ended up getting tricked into leaking his own DMs over a vegan cookie recipe. So here we have this DM from Drake to Fantano saying, your existence is a light 1, and the 1 is because you're alive and because you somehow wifed a black girl. I'm feeling a light to decent 1 on your existence. He says, hate this dude all you want. He walked Drake here. And so Nick DiOrio follows this up. He says, instead of leaking the DMs himself, Fantano created an elaborate fake video about how Drake reached out to him to offer him a vegan cookie recipe. He read the entire thing to his audience and played it off like they had a good interaction. This pissed Drake off so much he dropped his own DMs and got shit on for crying over a YouTube review. So this is basically the explanation. I mean, whatever you think about Fantano, which I agree, he is pretty cringe. I mean, that's pretty funny. What I don't understand is why, like, someone like Drake at the level he's at would even care about what Fantano thinks. Like, Drake makes so much money. Isn't he like a billionaire at this point? How much money does Drake have? I'm sure this will be really... He currently has the #1 song on Billboard's Hot 100 list, blah, blah, blah. He has a net worth of $250 million. Okay. And this is for 2023. So, I mean, he's definitely got a lot of money, right? He's definitely got an absurd amount of money. So why even, like, get pissed at someone like Fantano if you'll need to, like, DM him and be, like, a tough guy about it, you know? Like, why even need to send this? It kind of reeks of insecurity. I mean, the same honestly goes for Ronnie Radke, even though he's a much smaller artist. Like, I don't see why he even feels the need to respond to someone like Anthony Fantano, when obviously the music isn't made for Fantano. It's not his kind of audience, you know? So why even get into it, right? Why even get into it with someone like this? Because you know it's just going to get posted and you're going to be mocked and ridiculed further. Just, you know, if somebody doesn't like your music, just take it on the chin. People on Twitter are saying you're crashing out. What does crashing out mean? Does that mean I'm gay? Yes. Well, they're right. I am gay. I do have sex with guys a lot. So, I mean, that seems accurate. Tom's not tapped into the current slang. True. I didn't know what bet meant until pretty recently. Because I'd be talking to someone. I'd be like, you want to go get dinner? They'd be like, bet. I'd be like, what the f are you betting on? What is the bet? What? Bet what? Bet what? Just say I'm coming to dinner. Just say yes, we can get dinner instead of bet. Like you gotta understand, I'm so white, bro. Okay, this is a summary. Okay, so this guy's storytelling skills of the Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef is elite. This is a 5-minute video. X tried to tell us about Drake a long time ago. Didn't X like beat his girlfriend? But I guess we'll listen to what he has to say.
Bro, I still think Drake a fuck nigga. Like, I think he's not a man. I think he's a bitch. That's a bitch move. Especially when I was in jail facing life, bro. You know what I'm saying? If Drake would have came to my barn hearing, you know what I'm saying, that would have made my day. If he would have showed that he's a hospitable person and that he's really in this shit for the culture, rather than being a fuck nigga taking my shit, running off with it, and then putting it on his album, then he would have got my kudos. He would have got my respect. I would have let him hop on the remix, take 100% royalty rate. I would have done it because I know I can maintain. You know what I'm saying? I
don't know why I'm supposed to care about this person's opinion. I mean, he made a few good songs, but didn't this guy beat his girl? That's why I love X. Lol. Okay. XXXTentacion domestic abuse. He was charged by the Miami-Dade County State's Attorney's Office with aggravated battery of a pregnant woman, domestic battery by strangulation, false imprisonment, and witness tampering. Accusations the alleged victim detailed in a January 2017 deposition. Jesus. Audio has emerged of the late rapper XXXTentacion apparently admitting to assaulting his girlfriend and stabbing 9 people. Wow, what a good guy. What a good dude. He sounds like a really good guy. Not that you can't like his art, obviously. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I don't put a lot of moral weight on a lot of these artists because a lot of them are f***ed up people. But okay, we've got a summary here by this guy. This is gonna explain it all to us. Soon we will understand. Soon we will understand the allegations, okay?
Meet Aubrey Graham. See, Aubrey...
His name is Aubrey? I didn't know they could name guys wait. His name is Aubrey? Drake, real name. Aubrey Drake Graham? His name is Aubrey? That's the worst thing he's ever done. I didn't even know you could name a guy Aubrey. Is Kendrick's name Kendrick? Kendrick Lamar, real name. It must be Kendrick, right? Okay, it is Kendrick. Aubrey is Drake's name? I didn't know that was a real name. For a guy. Okay, so Kendrick is 5'5". We'll go with 5'2" to be funny. But Drake's real name is Aubrey? What? Yeah, and his last name is Duckworth. Drake's also is Drake Jewish? Is Drake Jewish? Loud and proud of his Jewish roots, he's made a rap video about his rebar mitzvah. Huh. I didn't know he was Jewish either. Interesting. Okay.
He had a problem. Everyone hated him. And it's so much more people than you can imagine. I'm gonna need y'all to lock in. When the weekend was first coming up, Drake said, sign on my label. The Weeknd said, nah. Drake said, okay, can you help me with some songs? The Weeknd said, sure, why not? Drake said, can you help me with some more songs and some more songs? Matter of fact, can you just give me half your album? The Weeknd said, I don't really have a choice because I'm a new artist, but I'm not gonna sign your label. Drake said, that's okay, we're still friends. Then Drake started dating his ex-girlfriend Bella Hadid. Meet A$AP Rocky. Drake took him on his first tour ever, but Drake noticed something. A$AP Rocky kept hanging out with this girl named Rihanna, and Drake really liked that girl named Rihanna. Fast forward years later, A$AP Rocky gets married to Rihanna and they have kids. Drake didn't like...
It says not married. So they didn't get married. I guess they just had kids. A$AP Rocky and Rihanna, kids. The stylish and talented couple are parents to RZA and Riot. His name is RZA? Kind of a baller name. His name is literally Rizzler. W Riz. Literally W Riz.
Like that very much. So Drake starts saying mean things about him and his wife, so he gets mad. Meet Ricky. He thought Drake was a little weird because of the whole Meek Mill situation and for the fact that Drake...
Okay, Meek Mill. I hear so much about Meek Mill. Who the f is Meek Mill? He's a rapper. What are his songs? 24 million followers on Instagram. What's a Meek Mill song? Meek Mill came from the bottom. Okay, what's his like? Okay, wait. Featuring Drake. Okay, sorry. I can't do it. My bad.
Called for a cease and desist on a French Montana song behind the scenes. But Rick said, we're still friends. Rick Ross then features on Metro Boomin's new album. Anything about Drake, but Drake took it some type of way. So Drake invites Rick Ross's ex-girlfriend to his concert. Rick Ross doesn't like that very much, so he gets...
So Drake is just fucking all these girls, right? Drake is the Rizzler. That's part of why they don't like him. Because he's famous and he can pull any of the baddies he wants, I guess.
Upset. Which brings us to Metro Boomin himself, who's the man who kind of started this whole thing. See, Metro didn't really like Drake because Drake has always been weird in the industry. He thought it was a little strange that Drake was still getting awards for an album that nobody listened to, and Metro was not getting any awards for his album that everyone listened to. Drake said, screw you. Metro said, screw you back. Future didn't have no big problems with Drake, but he's very close with Metro Boomin, and he's been in the industry a long time. He knows. So he probably thought, I see where Metro's coming from, but it wasn't that deep for him. Drake didn't see it that way. Future, you chose your side. I don't care if you're talking about me or not on the album. Screw you too. Pusha ain't really had no problem with Drake like that, but I need you to pay.
What is this guy's... Did nobody credit this guy's TikTok? Is it... Maybe it's credited at the end. This is a pretty decent breakdown, all things considered. Very, very concise. This is what Ludwig should have done. So, in my opinion, this guy deserves recognition for this breakdown.
Pay attention. Drake had a problem with Pusha T because Pusha T had a problem with Drake's mentor.
Drake has a problem with Pusha T because Pusha T has a problem with Drake's mentor, who is
Lil Wayne.
Okay, Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne had
I know Lil Wayne.
a problem with Pusha T because Pusha T had a problem with Lil.
Didn't Lil Wayne make what's that song? Black and Yellow? Black and Yellow, Black and Yellow.
Wayne's mentor, Birdman. Pusha T had a problem with Birdman because...
Who the fuck? There's someone named Birdman? I thought Birdman was a movie. Who the fuck is Birdman? American rapper. This fucker. Brian Christopher Williams, better known by his stage names Birdman or Baby. Okay. I'm getting so educated right now.
Birdman didn't pay Pharrell money for a beat. And Pharrell and Pusha T go way back to the days they weren't famous. Another trend you'll see in all these beefs is Drake inserting himself in a position he just doesn't need to be in. Megan Thee Stallion, she was having a problem with somebody named Jay Prince, Tory Lanez. Drake said, ooh, let me hop in. So Drake makes a song about her saying some crazy things. It gets wicked. He then gets mad at John Moran, starts to beef over a girl. He then starts beefing with Common, because Common dated Serena Williams, and Drake...
There's a guy named Common. His name is Common. I feel like it's not a very good name. Shouldn't your name be like Unique rather than Common? I feel like Common is not a very good rapper name. Or maybe he's trying to be humble. He's like the average man. Maybe that's what's going on here. Very weird name.
Like Serena Williams. He then starts beefing with ASAP.
This man Tom knows more about files by name than rappers. That's true.
Did I mention him? He then starts beefing.
Tom, that's disrespectful. You have to be trolling. I'm not trolling. I've never even heard of Common. I have no idea who Common is. Okay, what are Common songs? I'm sorry for disrespecting Common. Yeah, I mean, it's good enough that I could listen to it in the background and not be pissed off. I wouldn't be mad to hear that.
Well, yeah, it's always been a love-hate thing between them. But then when the Pusha thing happened, Pusha T is signed to Kanye's labels. They were close, so Kanye chose Pusha T's side. But then Drake starts getting close to Kim Kardashian. Kanye thought that was weird, so he said, screw you, Drake. He's also had beef with Tyga, Joe Budden, Jhené Aiko, Tinashe, Childish Gambino, I believe. A million people. But most of all, the people have always been a little annoyed with Drake. Fun fact, Drake as well as Kid Cudi and Kanye were the first people to make...
I could have said Kid Cuddly in the caption. Kid Cuddly. Kid Cudi is, the lonely boner seems to free his come at night, right?
Semi-nerdy cool in the rap game. Those three were in the forefront of rap is changing. But everyone tolerated Kanye and Kid West. But Drake took things to a whole nother level. Let's just be frank, Drake is half white. But that's not the problem. The problem is to many people...
He's half white. Why is that? Is that like a problem?
Cool in the rap game. Those three were in the forefront of rap.
Or is it because he's like a corny white guy? Is that it?
It's so funny to me because I think he thought this reply track was gonna be good, but all it did was dig his hole. He said, "Speaking of anything with a child, let's get to that now. The Epstein angle was the shit that I expected." Why would you expect that?
That is weird. Why would you expect him to call you a Drake? Why would that ever be an angle you expect for anyone? Are there a ton of allegations against Drake or something that I haven't heard about? Like what? Why would that even be a thing that you would think would even come to you?
Well, yeah, the internet don't play. So how about we start the one that he brought up out of nowhere for no reason?
Millie Bobby Brown?
Let's say y'all got a 14-year-old daughter. She talking about a man in his late 20s this way. What y'all think?
What about your relationship with Drake? Tell me about your friendship. How did this all come about?
I love him. I met him in Australia, and he's honestly so fantastic and a great friend and a great role model. You know, we just texted each other the other day, and he was like,
why were his parents okay? Or why were her parents, okay with her texting Drake? Like, why were her parents ever okay with that? I feel like having a child actor in general is probably a bad idea. Maybe some of them suffer less abuse in the industry than others. But why would you even let her communicate with like a 28-year-old man in any respect? You know, it doesn't really make sense. I'm not saying that's proof of him being but I am saying, why are you letting your underage daughter have this guy in her contacts, right? Isn't she an adult? I mean, I think she is now, but back then she wasn't.
I miss you so much. I was like, I miss you more. He's coming to Atlanta, so I'm definitely gonna go and see him. I'm so excited, yeah.
What advice does he give you? Like, what does he say?
About boys. He helps me.
What?
Yeah. He's great. He's one.
He helped with boy advice? You're giving her boy advice? Why? Why are you giving her boy advice? I missed you so much. It is kind of crazy, yeah. What were they doing?
Wonderful. I love him.
What's his advice with boys?
You know, that stays in the text messages.
That stays in the text messages? Bro. Why would you say something like that if you don't want people to think he's weird? Huh.
So he out here texting 14-year-olds saying, I miss you so much, and texting them about dating and boys. Does that sound like professional development? What are you professionally developing her in? Certified lover boy, certified people. She's a producer, Little C.
I wonder if they say something like this, could Drake ever sue them if there's not enough evidence? Not that he should, but just out of curiosity, is there any route to like legal action from him that he could take against these guys if they call him and there's no like clear dead to rights proof? I guess they could just say it's our opinion, it's satire or something. But I wonder. He's definitely aware of this shit, right? If he's aware of Fantano shitting on him, he's definitely aware of like the community not liking him. Do you think he's like seething in his hotel room right now? Or is he coming up with like the next fire response that's gonna like actually set it all straight? Or what's the deal gonna be? I know he kissed a 17-year-old on stage. But yeah, I wonder what he's doing behind the scenes, what's he thinking? His name's Aubrey. Yeah, that was a shocking thing for me to learn. Drake's real name is Aubrey. His name is Aubrey. Like, how can you be like a gangster and be cool when your real name is Aubrey?
She produced for Drake.
Okay, so the Drake thing. You met him. Well, when did you first meet him?
So I played basketball, right? So he really was a fan of supported one of my teammates at the time. And
this is when you're in high school?
Yeah, in high school. So he was a fan of women's basketball, high school basketball.
What? A fan of women's high school basketball in general? I mean, I get if you're like part of the community, you know, you're like a father, you got a daughter who's in it, or maybe your daughter used to play on those teams, you're coaching, it's in your local community, but he's just a general fan of women's basketball? High school girls basketball? I don't know. Maybe this is different in the sports community because I don't watch sports at all, but I don't know. People like women's basketball, that's even weirder. That's worse than liking, you know, children. Liking women's basketball at all? What the strange behavior. Simp behavior.
At the time, Drake would have been 29.
He's a big fan of high school women's basketball.
If you say it like that, yeah, it doesn't sound wrong. What Abba is saying is if you're a man in your late whatevers, you can't be fans of no young woman things. You can't. It don't look good. No matter how, if something happened or since something doesn't happen, if someone has something to say, it's just not gonna look good.
Yeah, it's definitely a strange look. I think that's the best way to put it. It's a strange look, especially at the level of fame Drake is at. You'd think he'd want to insulate himself more from allegations like that or accusations, you know. But he didn't really seem to care. He didn't seem to be being very careful in this situation. He's just like, well, I'm a fan of it. He's letting this girl on No Jumper go and say that. Very weird PR strategy from Drake. Very, 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 very unique PR strategy, I would say. Calm down. I won't calm down. I'm pissed off, okay? It's not even at this, but it's making me mad.
And that's a fact. It's just not gonna look good.
I'm not saying it don't look good. I'm just saying he likes hanging around teenage girls. That's it. Now, I remember a time where Michael Jackson couldn't breathe without people.
It's not the same thing. It was not just the Neverland.
In fairness, with Michael Jackson, isn't there an entire documentary featuring some of the kids claiming that they got groomed or whatever by him, right? And got taken to the ranch, Neverland Ranch. I don't know. What's the chat? What's your consensus on Michael Jackson? Guilty or not guilty? I don't really know what the deal is with him. What do you guys think?
It was all the allegation. It was not just the Neverland. It was the allegation of smoking Jesus juice, of drinking Jesus juice.
Drinking Jesus juice? What does that mean? Hassan Piker dislikes black people? Thanks for the dono. Could be true. You never know. Some people saying guilty. A few innocents, mostly guilties. Maybe we'll have to look into the Michael Jackson stuff and see what's going on there because I didn't totally pay attention to it. We'll have to look into it.
And sleeping in the same bed. We're, I believe, a bit miles apart. I was just supporting. There was nothing sexual that was said and everything and stuff. I don't want to be someone that defends, but let's stick to the facts here.
Okay, so let me ask you. Let's stick to the facts, right?
Go ahead.
Your daughter's texting, 14-year-old daughter's texting a 29-year-old man dating advice.
Yep.
They talk about they miss each other. The fact is he didn't do nothing that we can prove.
That's correct.
What you doing?
What do you mean what you doing?
What you doing about your 14-year-old?
You're 100% right.
Okay.
You have no business as other people.
It's not like I'm doing conjecture about something. There's no world I know of where a 14-year-old is texting a 29-year-old saying, I miss you so much, and texting them about dating advice with boys.
I can understand that. But
yeah, I mean, it's definitely a weird look. It seems like here Abba is playing more aggressive and Preach is kind of playing the heel here. He's kind of like playing devil's advocate to a certain extent. Not that I blame him, you know, you want to have both opinions, but it definitely is weird. It definitely is really weird. I don't think that's like a crazy take to have, that it's weird. You know, it's not dead to rights guilty, but it's like, why are you doing that? You know, maybe that compounded with other stuff can look even weirder. Thank you, Alan, for the dono. I appreciate you very much. I'm slightly less mad now.
The same way, if it was a boy, it wouldn't be the same.
There's celebrities DMing. I don't care. I'm going to go listen to Drake's latest track. Have a blessed day. I mean, is that to say that stuff in the celebrity industry is never weird or something? Or like there's never anything weird going on with those boundaries being broken down with child actors being around adults? Like, you know, once again, I'm not saying that means he's guilty, but being like, oh, it's just celebrities. It's like, well, there's been a lot of weird shit with celebrities now and then, you know?
Thing. Because in the eyes of the world, it's not really the same thing.
Listen, sorry, no. If my 14-year-old son is texting a 29-year-old, they talk about each other, I'm thinking something sexual is going on. Absolutely.
I'm mad at you.
Yeah, and I think most parents.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily think something sexual is going on, but I think it's fair to be concerned about that relationship, whatever their friendship may be, you know? That makes sense. There's a picture of him showing off. He collects the bras girls throw up on stage. Some of them are training bras. Huh. I guess it's not surprising that underage girls are throwing their bras up there, but yeah, sussy, I guess.
Would at home too. There is no time or place.
How come Drake doesn't have young male celeb friends? He might, and we just don't know about it.
A 14-year-old is texting a 29-year-old woman.
Stop selling merch to women? Lol.
I miss you, and someone not thinking it's sexual, and they talking about dating all the time.
I'm mad at that.
There's not, it doesn't matter. That's not a gender thing.
I'm mad at that.
Now, you might say we might take one more seriously, sure.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
there's no doubt that we would, there's no doubt that nobody would see that age difference and think that's weird.
Cool.
Okay,
Cool.
all right.
We're good.
Okay, so now we got that. We got him taking a lot of interest, and here's the thing.
Unless
no.
you're related-
I'm gonna say something. It's not just that this dude really follows or he supports
Yes,
high
French
school
fry, we are
basketball
back.
teams. He starts following these girls. He starts contacting them. What business do you
The policeman in my town set me up with someone? What does that even mean? What does that mean?
have contacting these young women outside of just being supported at the game? It's not like he was just in the stands. No, he can't do that. But let's keep watching.
Unless you're relatives. But even then, that could be like fishy.
Oh, I wrote Drake would get the WNBA out of debt if it was full of teenagers. That's foul. Drake would get the WNBA out of debt if it was full of teenagers. And that's a fact. Yeah, you want to solve it? Put the young girls in, get Drake to be the face of the franchise. And it won't be Drake just like MJ just dunking. It won't be that. It'll just be Drake hiding behind the sheets.
You thought Dream was cringe? Drake has some legitimate sus moments. It seems like he has some sus moments for sure. I can't disagree with you there.
It's not thinking like that. It's thinking like that.
And it's just some 14-year-old pigtails or some shit and a high school uniform. Wild. Anyways.
Imagine that on shoes. Oh, shit. Is that the new Air Gok?
The Air Pedos? Yeah, the Air Pedos.
I was her teammate, so he followed me because of her. And I was like, oh, shit, bitch, you got Drake to follow me? Like, what the hell? Like that.
He was following multiple of these, like, underage high school basketball players? Huh. He's like following all of them?
It's so crazy.
Oh my God.
He followed me and I lost it. I'm like, I have to meet Drake. Like, I love Drake. I've always loved Drake, still love Drake. So basically, yeah, he followed me. Maybe a year later is when I built up the confidence to like message him on like some working stuff because I was 18 when I messaged him. And I DM'd him like, hey,
He knows what the he's doing. Why is he following her on Instagram? For what reason? Just to be clear, I'm saying this because this is not just conjecture. I don't care who this is from. Irrespective of the beef, this dude is a straight up weirdo. Certified.
Are they saying that he's like following them and then waiting until they turn 18 so he can DM them? Is that basically what they're saying? DM Drake right now? Yeah, I'm sure I'm going to be the only celebrity, oh my God. I'm going to be the only niche internet micro celeb messaging Drake right now to be like, hey, I'm going to be the only guy.
Call it like it is.
I like the fact that certified has become the man version of period.
Yeah. He said, I never looked twice at no teenager. Only with Whitney's, not Millie Bobby Brown.
Y'all should link up. Yeah, I'll do an IRL video with Drake. We'll disprove the allegations, dude. will disprove it all.
Look twice at no teenager.
Started when footage from a 2010 Drake concert began circulating the internet. Footage where a 23-year-old Drake invites a girl from...
Is Drake poop maxing? Yeah, maybe that would save everything if he was just filling up his diaper. If he was filling up his diaper, then finally Kendrick would have nothing to say. He'd be like, I fill up my diaper so good. You think I'm not really from the hood? And Kendrick would be like, oh shit. Well, the diaper is full, so what am I really supposed to say about that, you know?
From the crowd on stage, dances with her, smells her hair, massages her shoulders, puts his arms around her, and then starts to kiss her neck. Drake walks away.
Very weird, I guess. I mean, I guess from the beginning he didn't know, but he probably shouldn't bring random girls up on stage and just make out with them, right? There's always going to be that risk that one of them is too young. I don't know if I should feel guilty or not.
I like the way your breasts feel against my chest. I just want to thank you.
Bro. No, he went back? After he knew he went back? Bro.
It is a
Why is the crowd cheering?
sickness of the highest order. It is deviant, therefore we don't want it.
It is deviant. Like, the more shocking part is not that he brought her up on stage and kissed her. I feel like if she had been like, I'm 17, and then he had stopped, it would have been like, whatever. But the fact that he kept going, certainly a weird look. Certainly a weird look, Drake. Certainly a very weird look for a famous rapper. The sickness. He has the sickness. Why are you doing this? Drake, why are you talking to the 17-year-old girl? Why do you kiss her after you know her age? Why do you do this? There is no reason to. Drake is a silly Billy. There is no reason to go back for another kiss after he know her age. Maybe initially he have the, plausible deniability. But he go back, man. He go back.
You know what I think is funny?
And even worse, Drake eat a poo-poo from the diaper with no seasoning on it.
This one is lost, my friend. He has done it on camera.
You know what I like about this shit is that you're the Ugandan Shazam. The minute I say, and then boom, you turn into this.
And you guys remember one of his associates, Little Baca, was referenced a few times in Kendrick's song saying he's a predator or whatever.
The same year, Drake would post on Instagram, celebrating the release of Baca Not Nice, a rapper, friend, and member of Drake's record label, OVO, following a stint in jail for allegedly forcing a 22-year-old woman into prostitution, a weapons charge, and human trafficking. The now deleted post read, "Something in the air today. A lot of good things happening at once. But this one means the most. Been waiting 11 months. Baca finally home."
I just wonder if he was also banging his girl while he was in jail.
So this is part of the OVO thing where they're saying that he has a bunch of weirdos around him, forcing a 22-year-old into prostitution, basically pimping girls out. They're saying he's surrounded by freaks, therefore, because he's in the company of them, he may be one, basically.
Wow.
Remember when he said that shit about Wayne?
Wayne? Yeah.
You know that happened, right?
And
Wayne confirmed it. Yeah, so just to be clear, people saying, oh, Kendrick just spread rumors. No, a lot of what Kendrick said is actually verifiable and provable. He did smash Wayne's girl while he was in jail.
Well, he wasn't there.
A year later, in May of 2016, 29-year-old Drake was spotted eating dinner with 18-year-old Hailey Bieber in West Hollywood. Due to their allegedly flirty interaction and Drake wearing a matching H necklace, rumors of them dating began circulating.
She's 18?
With Entertainment Tonight even alleging that the two hooked up at Drake's Memorial Day party. However, during this time, Hailey did an interview with E! News, revealing that she'd known Drake for around 4 years at this point.
Oh. Oh, shit. Okay. So he knew her for 4 years, and then when she's, well, allegedly, what's being alleged here is that he knew her for 4 years, and then he took her on a dinner date when she was 18, after knowing her for 4 years and being her friend. And then this place is claiming that they hooked up. I mean, I still maintain that we probably need a little more evidence to know exactly what happened here, you know? But, I mean, she herself kind of said it there, no? Jeez.
Point, meaning that
What's
a
going on, Blood?
25-year-old Drake first met Haley when she was just 14.
Another 14-year-old? Another 14-year-old? You going on dinner dates with her when she hit 18 in public?
Yeah.
Another 14-year-old?
That's
How
pretty,
many more y'all need?
I don't know if you can
Let's
deny
keep
that one. That's a pretty bad one.
A now 32-year-old
To be fair, Drake still has the mind of a 14-year-old. Okay, buddy.
Drake released a song titled Nice for What, featuring the line, high school pics, you was even bad then. 3 months later, on July 22nd.
Why did he put it in a song? Did he just think he was so untouchable that it would never come back to bite him? Why did he put it in a song? Especially with all the speculation going on around it. This aged like milk.
I'm sorry, bro. That's crazy. No, that dude is a little twisted monster.
An article titled, What Would You Do If Your Teenager Became an Overnight Instagram Sensation was released by The Guardian, detailing a story about 16-year-old Charlie D'Alessio going viral on Instagram after being...
Another one! Oh my god! Just him mentioning, I don't even know if Drake's involved yet, but him just mentioning a young girl, I feel like Drake just... Hold on, we're going home. I just feel it. I just feel it.
Oh, I know that song. I do know a Drake song. We're going home. We're going home. I know that one, dude. I'm cultured, see? I got the pigment to show.
Shit. Don't you feel that creepy Drake energy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I think that we need give an apology to J. Cole. Because everybody was like, oh, man, you're backing up. I think,
bro, this is like that, you know that Rucka song? She was only 17. You know, anybody else know this song? I can't be the only one. Yeah, this. Why do they have that as the picture? Jesus, that's not necessary. Story of Drake's life.
She was licking my nuts, eating my ski. Now I'm locked up, eating my meat. Open my eyes.
Yeah, she was only 17. Dude, this song is, it's like too good. The song is too good. You could treat you better. I know that one. I know that I could treat Jews better. Story of Drake's life.
you did good backing out. I think you did good. You was not wanting to get involved in none of this shit.
Certified.
Being tagged in pictures at Coachella. The article describes the photos as Charlotte wearing bodysuits, bikini tops, and jean shorts. Her mother, Christina Ford, recounts the moment she realized how popular the photos were making her daughter, saying they were in the back of the car chatting away and checking in on social to say they were in Toronto, just like normal teenagers. And then suddenly Madison was like, oh god, it's Drake FaceTiming us. Should I answer? As Ford drove on, listening to her daughter and her friend chatting away in the back seat with one of the biggest hip-hop stars on the planet, she felt the world as she knew it shifting under the wheels of her car. I thought, okay, she's hanging out with Drake. I guess this is for real.
What was you saying at the beginning?
Why is Drake reaching out to all these like young girls to be their friend? I don't really get that. Am I the only one that really gives zero fucks about this? If I were him, I'd do the same. These girls are old enough. Millie was old enough for that meet. What the is that commenter? Bruh. Ayo, male Drake fans are certified. Jeez. That's a crazy comment, bro.
Yeah.
He says, I'd do the same. I feel like that's beyond a self-report. I don't even know what you call that. I don't even know what you would label something like that.
Yeah. That's what I thought. And Drake probably
what is that noise in the background? What is this fart noise? It's Brap.
The way he was trying to jump up in there. Yeah. Drake claiming, oh, guys, go find my 11-year-old daughter. He don't have one. He got an 11-year-old girlfriend. Yeah. That's why you can't find her. Y'all looking for a daughter. He probably dating that 11-year-old. Yeah. Drake a weirdo. That's official. Certified.
God damn.
Yeah.
Look, Abba and Preach, I'm just really angry right now, so I'm just shitting on everyone. I know my setup isn't the best, but can you not get the squeakiest floorboard in the world that sounds like your crinkly diaper when you walk anywhere? Please, please, fix your floor. This is a message from this is a message from HR to up top, because I'm a part of Abba and Preach Industries. Can you guys please fix the floorboard?
Yeah, that's
is there
super
sex
weird
bed?
behavior. Once is
as opposed to a sleeping bed? Is there a sex bed? Do you guys have a different bed for sex than your normal bed? A sex bed? What does that mean?
Okay, coinky dink. 3-4 times, you sticking your dinky dink in her.
It's an MO.
Yeah.
It's an MO.
Yeah. Predator.
Planet, she felt the world as she knew.
I think that's Drake calling me. Oh shit. Oh shit. Dude. Yo, you saw that notification? Yeah. I'm like, it's Drake. He said, what'd you say about me?
Later that month, Drake would release a song titled Jaded, featuring the line, "We coulda waited. I wasn't Russian."
Whoa.
Differences in ages, you're old enough, but you're still a baby.
Self-snitching. Just to reference, you're saying that no parents would let their daughter, they would think it's weird. She said like, oh, okay, I guess
Why?
it's real, and kept on driving. So
why in multiple songs? Why in multiple songs would you? If you are this kind of person, why would you put it in multiple songs? You just need to flex it or something? What the?
Just to go back on what you were saying that no parents would have.
How do people not notice this before? Haven't they been listening to his music? Like, if you've been listening to this guy for years, wouldn't you notice these lines?
Let that shit happen. She did. She was driving and they were chatting in the back, and she said, oh, I guess this is weird.
What I said was very different. I said no parent would let their daughter talk to a 29-year-old man. What I didn't add to that caveat is if they're famous. Because famous people let their kids do weird shit.
Exactly.
Okay?
That's
a
true.
whole different thing.
Cool.
But to
That's
be
why when you
clear,
said- that's
this
what-
is weird behavior irrespective of anyone. But I'm saying the kinds of people who put their kids in famous situations let their kids do a lot of weird, freaky shit.
That's why when you said that, I believe my face was kind of weird. I went,
Yeah.
Because of that, the famous people.
Over the years, there's a lot of pictures of Drake wrapped around girls who are 18, 17. Do I think he's
Wrapped
yes,
around?
Listen, you got no business talking no goddamn teenager. Even if you did, you know better. You should know your managers and everybody around tell you, but they probably not because you just into it that much. So all the stuff Kendrick...
Yeah, I mean, maybe one of those situations where the people around him, either he surrounded himself with weird people himself, or they don't want to talk badly to him because they're afraid of getting fired or something, or they're afraid of retribution in some way. Maybe they're just afraid, like, he's the biggest artist in the world. How am I supposed to tell him to stop what he's doing when I'm just, little old me, employee of OVO, whatever.
Kendrick was saying, it ain't lies. It ain't lies. And there's too many instances of this guy talking. You know what I've never thought in all my years as a 30-year-old? Can I please...
All my years as a 30-year-old? Oh, you only have 1 year for that, Abba.
Talk to a teenager for extended periods of time.
Can I please talk?
The literal, one of my life goals is finding ways to talk to them as little as possible, okay?
Yeah,
there is no
retarded.
time in my day that I'm like, man, I need a teenager around. You texting a teenager, I miss you so much?
Yeah. Drake! I'm on the side of, I mean, I got a little bit of autism in me, so I don't miss nobody. You know what I mean? That cannot be me.
It's not like he's a teacher. It's not like he's risk youth outreach or whatever. There's no reason to be talking to these people. And listen, a lot of onus should be on the parents who allow for these kinds of listen. But like I said, people in rich or famous areas, they operate in weird ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, some of them do. I think the thing is that I've realized about a lot of powerful people is when you get in power and you can get away with things, you'll often test the waters to see how bad the repercussions will be. And if you have these tendencies already and then you get famous, you're probably going to abuse that power if you think you're going to be fine with it. I mean, look at the position Drake is in, right? I mean, despite everything, it's not like there's any criminal investigation into him, right? It's not like anybody's as far as we know, it's not like he's going to jail anytime soon, right? He's fine. He got away with it. Now the public is talking about it. But one thing I'm curious about is how much the rap community on Twitter or whatever, or people who like this shit on Twitter, how much that's gonna actually affect the long term for him. Are people not gonna listen to his music anymore? Is this gonna seriously hurt his bottom line, or is it just gonna be a bunch of people on Twitter who are mad at him, right? I'm very curious, because it seems like there's so much about it going on right now that I wouldn't be surprised. If he puts out good music, he'll be fine probably. I feel like I'm not really in a position to judge if his music is good or bad. Because I don't like it. I didn't even really like that Kendrick diss track I put on. But yeah, I'm really curious how this is gonna affect his stuff. His music can't get like terrible, right? If people think he's been good for this long, there's no way he can just start putting out complete trash, right?
Some of them stop parenting and leave the managers in charge of everything.
The weird thing they would do for the
like I can understand a downgrading quality, but it's not like you can just fall off a cliff immediately, right? I mean, Charlie said he liked that diss track. I think Fantano said he liked that diss track, the All in the Family one, the one that preceded Meet the Grams. So his music is never trash, just commercial. Okay, yeah, I guess this is just kind of an opinion thing, but I'm curious how the audience is going to take it now. Like, is nobody going to be listening to Drake anymore? Is everybody just going to say F off? How are his diss tracks performing on Spotify? Let's see here. Push Ups has 57 million plays. Family Matters has 8 million, but I assume it's not really completely updated yet. Push Ups from this year is 57 million. I mean, that's pretty good. He had an album in 2023, which looks like he got pretty good listenership, actually. Yeah, it's hard to say. It's hard to say.
Advancement of their kids, the weird shit that they would...
Music-wise, if you like it, you like it. No one stopped listening to MJ or R. Kelly. That's true. But did they keep putting out... Did R. Kelly keep putting out bangers, given the allegations? Or is it just the old stuff? What exactly is it?
Dude, yep. Some of these parents, whether it's in dance or acting, whatever, some of y'all parents are pimps. And you're pimping the dreams that you had through your kids. Yep. Some of y'all are pimps. Let's be honest with each other. The way you guys are operating, but it's good for you. It's good. You're just thinking about the career.
Yeah. And people say, "Oh, Kendrick just make it." Listen, some of the people.
Yeah, celebrity parents, they tend to they get kind of desensitized to weird shit. They're like, "Oh, this is just how the industry is. It's their career. It's important," and they kind of just let endless transgressions happen against their child just in the name of, oh, it's just their career. He seems to be having fun, but obviously you need to have a very active role if your child is in an industry of adults, especially one with that much attention on it, you know?
People that are in OVO are criminals. That's a fact.
What'd you say?
OVO.
You said it like that.
Now step this way, step this way, step. So I'll talk about the rap beef at a different date, but I just want to talk about this portion specifically because I think it's telling that people think this is just rap. No. Okay? Where there's smoke, there's absolutely fire with this one, and this one's a whole bonfire.
I think it's
in the middle of the woods.
I think it's a rap battle. It's not a beef, but whatever.
That's a beef. When you're bringing up allegations.
I can understand that, but I think it's still a rap battle. Rap battle has been vicious, been known to be vicious.
I'm curious about the claim that Drake made about Kendrick beating his wife or whatever. Is there any evidence of that? Like, is there any compelling evidence behind that? Because nobody really seems to be talking about it just because Drake is kind of in a favorable position, I assume. But I'm just curious if there's anything behind that. Like, not really. Interesting.
Exposing motherfuckers. If you go to rap battles, they go through lengths to expose a motherfucker. The beef thing, what I know from a beef is people dying, people shooting up. And I don't think they're going to come to that way.
What about if they go into jail? What happened to Diddy? It took one court case from Cassie, and now his ass is looking at jail time.
That was not a beef.
I mean, that's true. But is there any court case against Drake right now? I don't think there is. I feel like we would hear about that now.
That was not
my
Drake either knows something or misinterpreted something. Isn't it possible he just made shit up? Like, I feel like that's possible. It makes sense. If you're in a beef this deep, right? It's not totally insane to just make something up. I don't really have any investment in any of these people, so I don't know. Thanks for the donos, Austin.
The point is, the difference between rap battles and this shit is because of how mainstream this is, and Kendrick know what he doing when he bringing this shit up. You don't think law enforcement might start looking at this shit?
Sure.
Okay, I'm just saying. Does that not go to a beef status if he going to jail potentially? I'm just asking the question.
No.
No?
No.
So jail is not beef for you?
No.
Just murder?
Yeah.
Or attacking someone physically?
Drake lied in the Pusha T beef too? How do you know he lied? Is there anything about that?
Yeah, that's beef.
I'm going to be honest with you. If that's beef, then
Drake settled a $500 million lawsuit. Does he have $500 million? Drake reportedly paid $350,000 to a woman who accused him in 2017. Okay, so $500 million, not really accurate. During the British leg of his Boy Meets World tour. Gotcha. Interesting. In November, the hip-hop star settled a lawsuit with LaQuina Morris, who also goes by the name Layla Jace. Very interesting. Drake reportedly paid $350,000 to a woman who accused him of SA in 2017 during the British leg of his Boy Meets World tour. He filed against Morris for civil extortion, fraud, emotional distress, abusive process, and defamation. Drake admitted to having consensual sex with Morris while at a hotel in Manchester, England, February 2017, but denied allegations of non-consensual sex. According to the suit, Morris claimed she booked a flight to see Drake soon after they slept together, but became angry when she didn't receive a response and canceled the flight. Drake ceased communications with her. The suit alleged that Morris also claimed Drake raped her and that she demanded money from him even after Manchester police cleared him of any allegations. After she allegedly refused to do a paternity test, Drake claimed Morris changed the story to accuse him that her claims were a hoax designed to extort money from him. Well, she did kind of extort money from him in this case, or whatever the $350,000. Interesting. U.S. media reports that Morris may have breached the agreement by revealing details of the settlement, which included a requirement she not repeat her allegations of SA. So the question here is, did he give her the money just to like avoid the allegation becoming a problem and he's actually innocent, or did he give it to her because he's guilty? I'd be curious to see if we have any details from this case that we can get out of it, because I mean that's a very big allegation, basically. Very big.
I'd rather have beef than whatever the this is. Yeah, boy. Come find me and catch a fade one. Yeah, catch a fair one. I would much rather that than be facing 20 years because you exposed to my secrets.
Hey, don't do secrets.
I'm just saying, but hey, maybe y'all feel different.
Don't do secrets.
I get what preachers say.
Don't do secrets then.
If
you're supposed to go to jail, you're supposed to go to jail. If it was over a beef, too bad. On top of that, you self-snitch in song.
Yeah.
I'm not saying,
You can't even
it's not something that I went, excuse me, Mr. Prosecutor, this is what no. It's like, go look at that song and look into it. Bro, that's what he did.
Bro.
That's what he did.
It's my fault that you got pictures of you holding on to ladies like, and they 17.
It shouldn't be hard for people to tell themselves, this guy hangs around underage teens in a shit industry and is now getting accused. Maybe they're right and he's not a good guy. Like, bruv. I mean, you're right, but also it's important to have evidence for this kind of stuff if it's being taken a legal route, which it hasn't yet, you know? We can definitely 1000% say without a shadow of a doubt, like, Drake is a weirdo. Drake is creepy. I don't know why he's around these people. It's very strange. And it wouldn't really shock me if something did happen, honestly. But it's also important to, you know, analyze evidence for this kind of stuff, you know? Especially if it goes legal, which I don't know if it's going to. He's a fan of women high school basketball. Yeah, I don't know why you would say that. And I don't know why that girl didn't think it would make him look really weird if that went public, but maybe she's just she's in so deep she didn't even realize. She went legal once and he paid a settlement. Different accusation, but yeah, I would like to know more about this. Because sometimes people, my understanding anyway, is that sometimes celebrities will pay settlements just to not deal with something, even if it's not real. But I don't really know. I want to know because Drake basically here, he's like, basically, she booked a flight to see me, they slept together, and then she became angry when we didn't talk after that. And she says, well, he sexually assaulted me. So these are two very different claims, you know? So I would just like to know. Morris is reportedly aggrieved that the November 2018 settlement with Drake included a statement that she now claims portrayed him as the victim. She also claims that her attorney worked with Drake's lawyer against her best interest. U.S. media reports that she may have reached the agreement. Yeah. So I'd like to know more about this, basically. That's all. But yeah, I mean, Drake definitely looks like a freak. I don't think you can really defend him. I don't think you can defend him at all. I don't know what he needs. All right, Big A. I'll finally watch a Big A video about this because this seems like this will be wrapping up the drama. He surrendered. White flag with an owl on it. I don't know what the significance of the owl is, but white flag, he surrendered. Let's check this out.
Apparently Drake just dropped. I actually have not listened to it yet. But what I did see today, obviously everyone's been running with the last Kendrick song, but Metro Boomin, who was dissed on the first Drake record, went and actually did make some drums. He made this BBL Drizzy free beat. You know, it's one of the top producers in the game. Obviously, whoever wins is gonna get a free beat from Metro Boomin, which is amazing. So all of these SoundCloud rappers, like every
the owl is Ovo?
SoundCloud rapper in the world is putting out a free Drizzy track on this.
Off topic, can we agree Brittany Simon is a pseudo-intellectual moron? I just don't give a shit about her. I don't know. I know who that is, but she's just like... There's all these like irrelevant losers that people ask me to talk about, and it's like, look, I'm not saying you can't talk about someone just because they're not really getting views, but at a certain extent, it's like I'd rather just talk about stuff that people are actually paying attention to rather than whoever the this weird person on YouTube is. I don't give a shit.
Trixie, Pete, some of them are good, dude. I never thought of this. This is like
bad glove and a drug he uses.
Music, little. Hold up. I'm about to put out a Drake response.
Okay, don't care. Anyway, I think that's probably the majority of this is Ludwig's blacklisted friend. I think they're friends again. I don't know, but I think I've watched through his videos recently, and it seems like he's made comments about how they're buddies again. So I assume they're not on like hating terms, if that makes any sense. I like his videos. I don't know what else to say. I think they're good. It's bad that he gooned so hard, but I like his videos, bro. All right. Well, I'm glad we have an understanding of that. It took us like 12 different videos and multiple different tries streaming to understand the beef, but I think we have an understanding somewhat of the beef between Drake and Kendrick now. Okay. Despite the fact I don't want to listen to any of the music ever. The only rapper I listen to is Snoop Dogg, the Dog Father. So smoke weed every day, guys.
That's the only thing I care about.
Good morning, USA. I've got a feeling that it's gonna be a wonderful day. The sun in the sky has a smile on his face, and he's shining a salute to the American race. The boy is well to say, shut your bitch ass.